resilience of Ugandans. We stand for equality and dignity for everybody. We are non-violent and we continue to preach non-violence.
I am not a criminal. I am a presidential candidate.
Nothing will stop him.
We must get our freedom or we shall die trying. We are fighting for freedom.
But when you look at the conclusion of the commission, they are instead focusing on how suspicious the complaint. They are not even saying anything about those violations. And maybe for purposes of reminding my brother here and his superiors at the commission, should have been for the commission to say, he's saying this is the summary. Unfortunately, we have not looked at, but you see the summary is the synopsis of what is in the detailed report.
That's true.
Because what does the summary say about the conduct of security agencies in holding these people beyond the...
Benja, you raise a very important point, but also I want to put it to you that the position of the Human Rights Commission puts NUP and maybe at large claims that people have been abducted in an ugly picture, because then it wants to, in this, someone can read exaggeration on the part of people that have claimed that some people have been kidnapped. I want to pick your view on that.
No, I don't think any reasonable person would pick exaggeration. A reasonable person would pick dishonesty on the part of the commission. And I want to challenge any BS that these people they have mentioned that we alleged were missing but are not missing. They are next of kin are indicated there. Where they came from is known. Carry out an investigation and run a report if these people exist or they don't, because the commission seems to be hiding behind absence of national identity cards. So run an investigation and inform the country whether these people exist or they don't and what happened to them. Because you see, NUP does not generate complaints. These people, when their family members go missing, they come and report. And our responsibility is to make sure that once that report is brought to us, we do some basic due diligence. And then we inform the world so that we are able to attract the attention of media houses, attention of Uganda Human Rights Commission, attention of all authorities so that they can focus on these cases.
All right, Benja, let me allow in Alex to make a point. But as you make a point, I was looking at this report, the synopsis you shared, and it begs the question that which are you convinced with this kind of report that does not condemn doesn't even condemn the state, but it just reports on individuals that are missing and those that have been interviewed to claim that they're already charged? Are you, in other words, escorting lawlessness as you respond to what other things that Benja raised?
I would like to first of all appreciate Council's observation, because you see these are things happening in the first place. The fact that they took the initiative, they responded to us, we appreciate, but also we wanted them to do more. Because much as we have the mandate. Yeah, we have the mandate. But if you come and say, I have my supporter here, I have my client here, who is missing, then encourage that. The fact that council was able to identify these people, they should encourage them. They should be the ones to tell them that we are harmless. We are the people they should run to. Not to the media, not to WhatsApp or X to say we've been abducted, because council here knows they always make press conference. So let me.
So you're alleging that council Benjamin Katana and NUP are just using this opportunity for political gains. They actually, instead of helping you, they're just quiet. They just stop at reporting.
Not necessarily my word, but if the vulnerable people have confidence in them, then they should act on that confidence the other people have in them, to tell them that these the Human Rights Commission is our partner. Please go there and tell them what happened.
You detect failure on your part, as Alex puts
No.
it.
Actually, what Alex is, maybe he's requesting us to conduct training of the officers of Uganda Human Rights Commission on how to conduct victim welfare based.
No, not that. What I'm saying is that
because you see, these are people that have been traumatized. And what he says also points to lack of confidence in the institution. And the question that the commission and other institutions need to reflect on is what explains the lack of confidence in these institutions by the citizens. And one of the reasons is the conduct like this one, that people come to you when their rights have been violated. And what you do is sanitize the unlawful conduct of security agencies. If I were the victim, I would never give these people audience. If all they say is that he alleges that he was detained for this long, and you stop at that, at least condemn police for holding this and security agencies for holding these people beyond the time prescribed under the law.
But we've been condemning police for
the report is here.
The condemning alone. You see, the problem with what we normally get from the opposition is that for them they get satisfaction.
You look at us as citizens, not as opposition or people.
You are citizens, but many times, okay, other citizens of Uganda, they prefer you coming out and say, I condemn police for doing this, other than looking at the ultimate goal. For us, we want to give ultimate redress. The last something
just
tangible.
hold it, Alex.
Someone will be proud of.
I want you to hold it at that.
Yes.
You said your goal is to give ultimate redress.
Yes.
When I'm looking at this report,
yes,
it talks about people that have been detained for more than 2 months.
Yes.
And you just say that they were later produced in
Yes.
court and released. Nowhere in the report do you condemn.
We do. It's not that the matter has ended. We are still investigating. These people will appear before our tribunal, except those who said we are not interested. Those who said we are not interested, we shall continue to establish the facts, and we shall give our redress.
Well, Benji, I'll come back to you. A very interesting conversation here. Does the statement that's issued, or the report issued, express concern by the Uganda Human Rights Commission? I don't know. We will come back, and when we come back, we shall start with Benja to give us a response to what issues that Alex points at. The acting public affairs manager of the commission, and Benjamin Katana, who is the legal officer for NUP. Before we went for a break, Benja, the quick responses I wanted to make to Alex's submission, because from his submission, I was asking, is there a concern over this abduction when you read this report? Yes, Benja.
Well, certainly there are concerns for a number of reasons, that indeed people have been missing, and these are citizens of Uganda, and that there is a body charged with the responsibility of protecting rights. Now, this body, instead of taking up the matter seriously and helping the families of these victims, I'm not sure if some of these people still live or not. You have a body that is clearly taking a position of sanitizing the unfortunate developments. See, my brother here is talking about the commission conducting further investigations, the tribunal conducting hearings. But you see, the chairperson of the commission who has signed this report has clearly already made the ruling. And she says that the complaint is suspicious. As an arbiter, if you make your sentiments known about the case, how are you going to entertain it?
No,
because this is on record. She says the complaint is suspicious, and so expect these people to come before you to achieve what? You have already taken a position.
The basis for which she was saying that is suspicious is that out of the 30, out of the first 12 we discovered where they are. Most of them, we would approach them, those whom we could find, they would tell us, please, I'll have to first talk to NUP to talk to you. Or please, I'm not interested. I'll have to first. The suspicion rose
But I
from
thought
there.
that
And
could-
even
it's about confidence.
Dalton,
and even
when someone complains
yes,
that they were arrested on 21st January and released on 21st March, there are basic facts you can establish, because these people come out, some of them come out with bond papers. Go to police and establish.
and we
Is
did.
this the truth or not?
And we did.
So
the
moment
the main
as a
issue
judge
here,
or as an arbiter,
the main
you come
issue
out and
here-
say this is suspicious, and then you say you are going to conduct hearings, but you have already passed
the
judgment.
main issue was this guy, the people who complained to us were saying that these guys were abducted. For us, when we investigated, we found that these were normal arrests, because these were people suspected of murder. They were suspected of vandalizing electric installations, and they went through the police process. So it is not true that they were abducted and they disappeared. You
So
see,
let
the
me ask-
definition
no,
of
let me
enforced
ask-
disappearance
Let me ask
is
Alex.
different
So
from...
when you set out for the investigation,
Yes.
what were you determined to achieve?
The
What were
main,
you set to achieve?
the main issue, the main goal was to establish, have these people, have they been disappeared? Because there's that definition in law of enforced disappearance, whereby someone disappears is not seen because the state arrested him and is nowhere, or he has never been seen.
Let us not
The
be
basic thing
hypothetical.
to
What are their findings about, for example, Kanata Muhammad? Let us not be hypothetical.
Are you going
we
to...
have the report we've issued. I maybe you haven't had the benefit of doubt.
No, but
you're
you're
here.
here.
So if,
reading
That's why
the
you're
so
here.
since you speak for
But-
the commission,
but
please
you're
tell us what is the fate of Muhammad?
Kanata Muhammad, if I may check on my report here.
Is he alive?
He's among those who haven't been found.
Uh-huh.
Yes, he's among those who haven't been found, I think.
And what are your findings? Did he ever exist? Did he disappear? Because you are trying to say that the question of enforced disappearance does not arise in these matters. So what is his fate?
His fate is we are still looking for him. But the people, the next of kin you gave to us, they are not cooperative.
NUP
But we
provided
are
the next
still
of kin.
investigating them. We are still looking for them. Though whom people have
And
confidence
this person
in
disappeared in 2020.
as their supporter, you're also not being on helping us in any way, because when we say, please, we want to conduct further investigation apart from this apart from the next of kin you gave us, please give us national IDs, please, so that we can maybe go to the telephone company.
Just a moment.
We see the phones and
Benja,
what?
From the question you pose, it sounds that is more of kulabisa than really getting to the bottom of the problem. To what extent do you have the responsibility to ensure that these people, the commission, produces, rather helps in bringing out the challenge at hand of people disappearing?
See, the responsibility, one, is to provide as much information that you can be able to establish. And I can also add, because at least I'm privy to that case, because I was part of the case which was filed in court after his disappearance. Because he disappeared, there were a number of people who were picked from Mukono area, particularly Mukono North constituency, where the Honorable Abdallah Chiwanka was contesting against the Ronald Chibule.
Chibule, yes.
And so many people were, he says they were arrested, but the procedure for arrests is very well prescribed under the law. But these people, their homes would be raided in the middle of the night and taken away. Nobody knew where they were being taken. His colleagues who were picked alongside him, some of them were dropped later, and they are alive. They can be found, they were dropped later in sugarcane plantations. And so for him and others, I think there are about 3 who were picked from that side. There's even the case of John Bosco Chibarama. This one even disappeared much later. And so for us, our responsibility as citizens is to provide the information that we have. If a person, for example, if I don't have someone's national identity card, it doesn't mean that this person has never existed. That's why I said that if the commission is interested in establishing if indeed this person ever existed, there are other avenues of doing so. There are LCs and there are neighbors. And so from that point, the Human Rights Commission is part of a bigger state machinery. There is police, there is intelligence.
No, we are an independent body that is established to investigate, to protect and promote human rights.
What I'm explaining to you,
we are not.
You are not an NGO. You
Yes,
are a state agency.
we are a national human rights
You are a state
institution.
agency.
We are a national human rights institution. There's a difference.
No.
The judiciary is a state agency, but it's independent from the executive and parliament.
Exactly.
So we belong. We are a national human rights institution established
That's not in
separately.
That is not in
So Benja,
What I'm
independently.
trying to
Benja, let me clarify here. What Alex is disputing is the nuance that they are under the ambits of security.
There's no such nuance. But maybe, when you are looking, that's for
a shadow.
That it is just guilt. But my argument is that if I'm a state agency, say judiciary, and I want information about an individual, if for example we are conducting, we are handling a case to do with the land matter, I am able to write to police and ask them provide this information. So that's what I meant, that it's part of a bigger state machinery of the state of Uganda. It can rely on other state agencies to establish this information, even in the absence of a national identity card.
So
that's understood.
So Alex,
but
maybe allow him conclude.
They say that the guilty run before they are chased.
No.
Yeah. So my point is, for example, if you went to NIRA, if the ID is what is most important, and ask for this person, you are able to get at least primary information because that data is available. You don't hide behind technicalities, because we are talking about the rights of a citizen, which is your primary responsibility. So, but for me, and I know you will dispute, but you see the challenge is that in these matters, that where there are political dynamics involved, most of these state institutions have been cowed, and they don't want to be seen to be on the side of those that maybe are opposed to the government. And it speaks to a bigger problem of the fusion that we have in Uganda, that the line is blurred. You don't know where the state stops, where the ruling party starts from, where the individual running the country starts from.
Alex, I think Benja is picking it from what we see in the report. But of course, you respond to some of the issues he raises. My question is, when you read the report, there's nothing that maybe the perpetrators will be brought to book. Is it a report that, as a Human Rights Commission, that is people are running to, who should give confidence to the rest? Do you think you still have the public confidence? Because you seem to be whitewashing what happened to these individuals without condemning anyone, without even talking about the perpetrators coming to being brought to book.
First of all, let me first note something from because he was talking about Chebalama John Bosco. Let me first read just a small paragraph of what we encountered while we are investigating the case of Chibalama. The report says the commission made several attempts to trace and record the statement of one Natulinda Rita, that is the wife of the victim, but she has not been cooperative with the commission team.
But yalina musango bamugulako omusango naye nga amutulazeeko naye okubala bamujja ku dduuka paka olwaleero tumukubangako wadde eriiso Affe tulina obululu atusaasire.
Bajjeko Wakisekka Damulira waakolera babuuza abasuubuzi kuba Damulira teri atamumanyi Wakisekka yonna ne bw'otandika akatale gye katandikira paka gye kakoma ng'obuuza Damulira banoonye information ddala Damulira yaliyo oba teyaliyo. Bwe bava awo bagende ewaakuleekaana Kusalama Road wali amaka ge babuuza abatuuze Damulira yaliyo oba taliyo.
Intentionally refusing to give any information. Specifically, during July and August, the investigation team reached out to Natulinda through her known telephone number, and she claimed that her husband is still missing. She informed the team that she was in Kakiri. The team proceeded to Kakiri, but she could not answer her calls. So, you are putting us to task. Of course, each individual right concerns us. It's not that we select whom we give redress or not. Each individual right concerns us. And this report, as I earlier said, it is a summary. But the issue of condemning security officers, we would condemn, but of what importance would the condemnation be to the victim of human rights violation?
You have just mentioned.
What we are saying is, let us handle this matter conclusively. Let us cooperate with each other. You as a victim of a person whose person got disappeared, please come. Tell us, at least you tell us the last call you received maybe from him,
Alex,
or something that can point us to a certain direction.
Mr.
But
Bukumune,
if we call you and yours is to tell me
Mr. Bukumune,
this way, the other way.
Mr. Bukumune, hear me out.
Yes.
You have the mandate.
Yes.
To write to anyone.
Yes.
To produce a certain person.
Yes.
Or even collaborate. Maybe the telecoms, the phone contacts, the phone exchange that have been had.
Yes.
You're talking about a victim. You're talking about a wife who has no confidence in you, and you're saying you're giving up.
They are not even sure that the person calling them is from Human Rights Commission or it is the one who abducted the husband.
Is that
we identify ourselves.
Is that the extent, the farthest you can go as a commission?
It's not the extent, but you see, each investigation has somewhere it begins from. For example, if I come to you, Dalton, and I say, Mr. Kanata stole my goat.
Oh, just a moment. Let me give you an example.
Yes.
So a certain Dora is accused of murder.
Yes.
And you go to Dora.
Yes.
You ask them, are you accused of murder? They're not willing to respond to you. Do you just give up? No,
in this case, we didn't go to a certain Dora. We went to Dora's father and Dora's friends, and they were telling us, no, we are not interested. Please,
is that good enough to give up on the case?
Is not actually applicable. Here we are. We have people who are saying, actually, it's not the people themselves coming. We have a third party coming and saying, this one whose husband disappeared. So we go to the wife of the person they are saying her husband disappeared. And the person tells you, me, I'm not interested. Me, I'm the other side. Don't bother me.
You see, that's what I mean.
Really? Why can't this wife come? Why is this wife not willing to come
So what level
openly?
of cooperations do you need?
Maybe training. We can help them with the training. They are able to appreciate what they should do. Because, for example, if you want to establish, for example, if you want to go to Chibarama's home, you don't even need to call the wife.
No, but
you don't need to call the wife.
How will you know that this is Chibarama's home without you knowing with whom he was staying with?
If they tell you this person disappeared from this place, there are LCs. You can even go to LCs. You don't even need to go to the wife and get information. You can reach this person. And I can tell you that for that particular case, the family went everywhere. They went to police. I remember I attended one of the meetings. They called me to escort them to a meeting at Kampala Metropolitan Police with the then command of Flying Squad. They came and told me they had gone. They were even extorted by so many people who told them, oh, now we are working with this security agency. We have information. And so you see, the trauma
they went
that's associated with that. That's why I'm shocked.
They went to police and
agency,
couldn't come to an agency which is not even armed.
That's why I'm shocked that an agency.
How could they have the confidence to force a police force and then fail to come to an institution that offers a service, a free service, moreover? Because if they come, we offer free from the word you go as soon as they walk into our office. There's nothing they
So you're
pay.
saying when someone is indifferent,
how can they have the confidence to go to a police force, a force with arms, and then fail to come to us fellow civilians?
That's a question to you, Benja.
No, actually, it's not a question to me, because you see, it points, for example, to how much do the population know about what you do.
All right, we shall start from there.
That because you see, when the person disappears, the first place of contact is a police station.
Yes.
So when they go to a police station, these people advise them, no, you go to this, crime intelligence, go to flying squad, go to wherever. So they are acting on advice they have received from the first point of where they have reported.
Benja, you allow me at this point, I'll go for a break, and when return, I will be doing the final run on this discussion about the human rights, whether they're also concerned about what is happening in this country and in NUP. At the time we took a break, there was contestation on the way the commission is conducting these investigations. And Alex, I want to come to you is that looking at the commission and how it is conducting the business, it seems it is escorting the perpetrators of these crimes, because the report is very silent on it, on the perpetrators.
That's not true. Because when you look at the report, we singled out areas where we are still investigating, because we are not sanitizing anything.
But when you look at it, you're actually downplaying these abductions, quote unquote, or the missing persons.
No. We are not downplaying anything. We are saying that out of the people whom they were alleged, who were alleged to have been abducted or missing persons, this report is targeting, was written to show that, in fact, where people are saying that they were missing, indeed, some are not missing.
Let me read you something. Kavma Jamushid, the person contacted was Namuju Immaculate. Investigations were conducted into the murder, and the team contacted Kavma on his own telephone number, to which purpose he explained on the call. However, he expressed lack of interest in having the matter registered at the commission, noting that he needed to first consult the Secretariat of NUP. The next one is Godfrey Chirumira. He expressed lack of interest in the matter being investigated. The next one is Intale Charles Mohammed. Field investigations were conducted. Charles alleged that he was arrested by UPDF on November 2022 together with Sonko Haruna and at a border stage and taken to a place. Later he came to know as CMI. The verdict. I'm reading to what you said. Actually, you say this person is reported missing. This person, the second one, again, Nalmonso Vincent, reported missing. You're just giving the status of these people. And that's why you're asking, isn't the commission downplaying? By this text, there seems to be nothing that someone can hinge on to say that the commission is concerned and John a bit downplaying these abductions or the missing person cases.
Let me state it clearly that every right of each Ugandan, each citizen of Uganda concerns us, and we are so much touched when there is a human rights violation, however simple it can be, it may be. We always come out with full force and investigate. When for these people, when they gave us
the report,
when they gave us
where is
a list
the point of
30,
concern when you read it? Is there a feeling that the commission is concerned about the predicament of these people?
The commission is concerned. That's why it put in its effort to locate. Remember, in the first place, these people didn't come to us, but we traced them from their own village, from their own settlement.
At the beginning, you said NUP leadership sent you the list of people that are
after
missing.
we initiated after we wrote to them, they were just saying people disappeared. We initiated. Our chairperson wrote personally to their Secretary General. Had she not written, actually this list would not maybe even have it would not even have come
to
be seen.
Of a report.
But we initiated, we wrote to them. So the fact that we took the initiative of writing to NUP and say, please give us the list. It is the same spirit that we went out to each village, to where these people are, and reach to them. If NUP feels that we did not reach these people, then they would say we gave them the list and they sat back. But we took that initiative. That alone shows that we are concerned. That alone shows that we are actually feel for these people. Though they are not reciprocating our effort, our concern.
No, that is your
they
mandate.
are not using the same
How do you
zeal
expect people to
we are
reciprocate?
using to reach out to
So
them.
Benja, the innuendo here is about your role. I want you to pick it from there, from what he says.
First of all is that I think the commission expects us to be part of their conspiracy to whitewash violation of human rights, for which we cannot be. Because, and I will give him an example, Jamshid Kavuma. Because you see, when you read the comments there, it's even very disgusting that I can sit here to discuss that. This man was found at his place of work, where he was working as a bouncer. He was arrested and held for over a month at CMI. He was even shot when they were arresting him. Eventually taken to SID and taken to court and charged with malicious damage to a police car. And the allegation was that he maliciously damaged the car when they came to arrest him. So before they came to arrest him, what had he done? But the commission is silent on that. This person is held in CMI, eventually taken to court. The commission does not even bother to know if this person, if there's a trial going on. Because you see, what happens is that police, when a matter has gained a lot of traction, actually not police necessarily, security agencies, when these people have been held at CMI for over a month, there's a lot of concern raised in parliament, and we file applications in court and what have you. Now, they bring this person to police and subsequently to court to sanitize. When the person is released on bail, the matter stops there, and now they come to commission to also sanitize by issuing such a shallow report. And it's very unfortunate. Because you see, and then the commission is complaining that people are not cooperating. Why should they cooperate with you when you are not doing your job?
But Mr. Jamshid Kavuma is the very person who told us that he needs to first contact his NUP secretariat to talk to us, to file a complaint with us. But what I want to retaliate what I told the council earlier. This is an investigation that.
So when he said that, you stopped at that. Did you ever follow up with him?
But this is
maybe you wanted to find out from NUP. But indeed these people are from Uganda Human Rights Commission, and for you that was the end of the story.
You see, when the first investigation was done, you remember this was a list first of 25. We made the findings and wrote to the Secretary General and briefed him of how far we've gone. We said this one, there's this and this and this. For each individual, he wrote back and gave us another 5 people that even these ones are missing. So if Mr. Jamshid said he will first contact the NUP secretariat, It would have been NUP when we wrote to them and said, this person said he wants to first contact you to register a complaint.
Did you reach out to NUP?
They should. We wrote to the Secretary General. He has,
let
it
me
is there on
even
the
help
report.
him. And
it was just in March this, around March this
and
year.
Mr. Bukumune can confirm from his colleagues who work in that particular department that personally they have always reached out to me when they want to meet these people, and we have always arranged, even they come to your offices.
How come?
If you are interested in accessing Jamshid, I'm sure I would have explained to him that the people looking for you are from Human Rights Commission and are interested in investigating this case to its conclusion.
So are you saying the actual never reached out to him?
I don't think they reached out again.
But
when
we wrote to the Secretary General, he did not encourage these people to come back.
Alex,
but even then, even
Alex,
tomorrow, Council, you are here. Even tomorrow, get Mr. Jamshid, get all these other people.
With the conclusion, the chairperson has indicated in
the conclusion.
What motivation do I have?
The conclusion.
What motivation do I have to waste my time and that of the victims to bring them to a person who is only conducting this
Mr.
process?
Bukumune,
Why would you call it a wastage of time when you're tracing your supporter who is going to vote you in 2016?
This is not about voting. This is not about voting. It's about the rights of citizens of Uganda.
We are talking about the people you call your supporters.
No, your report is here. Your report is here. From this report, would anybody get the motivation to spend time and effort to come to the commission to report any violation?
Yes, because you're always going by the tag. What do they call it? Mulabise.
So you can imagine even the political comments that he's making here.
No, not the political comment. You see,
for you.
This is I'm bringing it
for
out
that
to
shouldn't
tell
even concern you. By the way,
yeah, it doesn't.
You are not a politician.
I'm not.
And you are not here to speak on behalf of the
people. But I follow.
But that explains the mindset of Alex and the commission.
It's not
that for them, they are on the defense. Even the report, when you look at this report...
Alex, your mic is off. I want to listen to what he's saying.
Evidence. We are urging you to come. Please come. We are not here to defend
Alex, aren't you
anything.
concerned about the lack of confidence in the commission and by extension its leadership? Because from the statements, from the report, people are not willing to talk to you. Number two, you're not even willing to do an extra mile, maybe to contact the agencies or the LC system to help you speak to these people. Because if a resident refuses to speak to a commission, I think the LC can come in. So that means there's a gap. Aren't you concerned as a commission?
By the way, the commission is the public has a lot of confidence in the commission because every single day we receive complainants. They fill up our offices. We have 12 regional offices. But I can tell you, Council, all those regional offices, there has never been a single day when we don't receive complainants there. We receive complainants on a single day. That means the general public trusts us.
Well, we're coming to the conclusion of this discussion. I want to, first of all, Alex, give you 10 seconds to conclude on your submission. And my question is, what do you feel for the families that up to date are looking for their relatives and they can't trace them?
We feel touched for those families which are there, which lost their people. And that's why we are ever calling from the very start when this investigation started in around 2022. We've been urging the general public, anyone who feels you have any information, please come. We took our initiative and went to those families.
Well, thank you very much,
so
Alex.
we feel touched. That's why we take all these steps. And we have a duty to update the public.
Thank you, Alex.
How far we've gone.
Thank you, Alex. I want to come to Benja. From the discussion, it seems he has laid it bare on part of NUP not facilitating these other people to ensure that they interact with them. They said victims. And at points, I'm tempted to say maybe you're using it as a political card to ensure that the state and maybe
Is it your insinuation that you are the ones holding these people?
I'm putting my responsibility to ask you the question. So I want you to...
Because these people indeed disappeared. these people existed. Maybe they still exist. So for you to suggest that NUP is politicizing their disappearance, for me, I think is very unfortunate, because there is a growing tendency in this country of blaming the victims. The Uganda Human Rights Commission has a duty. One, to make sure that there is protection of fundamental human rights. And one of them is the right to liberty, right to life, and what have you. And in doing so, Uganda Human Rights Commission should be neutral and non-partisan. Comments like Kurabisa by a political party should be not the business of Uganda Human Rights Commission.
Well, thank you very much.
Establish the truth. Don't drag yourself into politics because you are not a political organization.
Well, thank you very much,
we are not playing
Mr.
any
Benjamin
politics.
Katana, the counsel from NUP, and thank you very much, Alex Bukumune, the acting public affairs manager at Uganda Human Rights Commission. My name is Dalton Kawesa at 106.1. Next week, I've been sitting in for Kanari Mugume. Catch you tomorrow. Next big talk.
Damulia yaliyo oba taliyo bwe bavaawo tuzaalibwa Masaka tuli beggulama bagende ku kyalo waffe okuva lwe ekyalo kyonna kimanyi miruka gyonna egyetooloddawo gyonna gimanyi Damulira kuba kwe yazaalibwa kwe yakulira babuuze babalega nti bamukweka balabika abantu baabwe gye bali mu maka gaabwe batudde entende abantu abo simanyi na kumanya kiki
amanya gange nze mukyala Nabukera Monica Kibalama ng'ensonga etulese wano olwaleero y'ensonga y'omwami wange mwami John Bosco Kibalama kuba tumaze ebbanga nga tumunoonya yabuzibwawo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 3 ogw'omukaaga mwaka 2019 okuva awo twetoolodde mu bitongole bingi ku police stations nyingi batusindise wangi n'ababbi babaddemu abatifeze ssente babadde bangi twalemererwa okutuuka ku mwami John Bosco naye twali lumu ku TV mukyala Nabanja n'avaayo n'agamba balina mwami Kibalama John Bosco era n'ensonga ez'okumuvunaana simanya yatta abasirikale aba police stations. That was last year. Ni ate kyatwewuunyisa kubanga ye yali yabula mwaka gwa 2019 of which we yali ayogerako byali bya mwaka guwedde. Fekyo tetwakitwala nga nsonga nkulu kye twali twagala twali twetaaga muntu era mulete mu kooti naffe tuwulire omusango gwe bamuvunaana. Naye okuva olwo kyatulemerera kubanga nange nganze nasobola okufuna essimu ya mukyala Nabanja nenjogerako naye ne engeri gye yanziramu twakomaawo nga tulabika ng'alabika tayagala kumanya. Kati kyanneewuunyisiza okulaba ku mawulire nga mukyala wa Ngajja agamba nti batukontaktinga oba fayiri z'omwami wange bagigaddewo bwe batukontaktinga ntitubagamba tetwagala kumanya. Simanyi oba yawandiikira ani yandikitereezezza bulungi kubanga nze nga mukyala Kibalama sifunanga baluwa yonna oba sifunanga simu yonna oba sifunanga message yonna empita nga bampita ku nsonga za mwami wange. Ngezezaako ebitongole bingi aba CMI baani bampitanga naye ate ekitongole kya human rights tekimpitangako era nsuubira nange sikifeesingangako. Kati bwe bagamba nti twagamba tetwagala kumanya bya mwami wange ng'ate tumaze ebbanga nga naffe tugezaako bakontaktinga batulaga tebamuyina ate nga be bamu be bavaayo ne batugamba bamuyina n'emisango gye bamuvunaana. Twalinda nga naffe twagala okumanya kooti etuula ddi era nsuubira nakubirako ne ku leader of opposition ne mugamba nsaba onsinkanireko mukyala Nabanja omumbuulize ku bye yayogedde njagala okumanya kooti etuula ddi sobole okumanya misango ki gye bavunaana omwami wange. Era yakikola kubanga yali ku floor of parliament n'ambuuza buli kimu era nalaba baavaawo mu ngeri etaali nnungi. Gye saamanya gye byakira kubeera yasaba ennaku ezimu atuwe report. Up to now sinafuna report. So nsaba batereezemu mu kyabwe era nze nsigala Manja yagambye abantu abamu tebaliiyo tebe-existinga. Mwami Kibalama John Bosco yali registered. Aina national ID, aina passport y'eggwanga lino, ate aina family, ate ndi mufumbo nina n'ebiwandiiko. So simanyi lwaki ayogera nti abantu abamu tebeexistinga. Tesobola kumala bbanga nga tunoonya omuntu n'otuwa such a report. We are people who have families with kids and they watch that news. Don't make our kids suffer. Don't make them cry. Don't make us cry. We know what we have been going through, so don't give us such a report. Our kids love seeing their dad. Please just help us. But speak things that make sense on social media because they are educated and they know each and every language. So don't just speak anyhow.
Amanya agange bampita n'atukunda Mase mukyala Kibalama. Ensonga etuleese wano yamwami Kibalama.
Fighting for freedom.